just talk about that? And obviously, that play where you get fouled and then the penalty kick kind of exemplifies that. Do you mind just kind of going over that?
Yeah, I think obviously it was a chippy game, physical game. Like you said, you have to find the right balance. You have to not let them bully you and kind of give it back in certain ways, but not let that become the whole game and stay focused. And I think we found a good balance of that. I liked how we were all kind of supporting each other. And I mean, they're a physical team. They made it tough at moments, but I thought we persevered through that well. We're physical in our own right, and I thought we kept our heads well tonight too. So it's obviously a really good performance.
Any chance you, Bobby, to take more penalty kicks?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in taking PKs. I know we have a lot of good PK takers on the team, but if it ever comes down to me needing to take one again, I'm confident to take one.
Any doubt in your mind that you were taking that one though?
No, that was really, especially when I knew Albert was off, so I was it was, I mean, not a ton of pressure on that one, to be honest, but I'm glad I was able to bury it.
I mean, but was there an element of, you'd taken a pretty hard foul, it had been a pretty physical game. Was there a part of, wanting, you say there was no pressure on it, but I have to imagine there was a message at the same time to send.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely wanted to score to kind of put the, punctuation mark on the game. I didn't obviously appreciate or like the foul that happened at that time of the game when it's 3-0, and I think it was a pretty dangerous play, so obviously I let him know that, and so to kind of not get revenge, but in a sense, make up for that foul a little bit and put my stamp on the game a little bit more, and like I said, put next to a punctuation mark on the game and just kind of end it. Put a stamp. Winning 4-0 is obviously a statement, so I mean, it wasn't going to impact the result of the game, but I definitely wanted to score to kind of put a stamp on the end of the game.
You guys have talked a lot about how important the League's Cup is. It's a cup, all these kind of things. But yet, I don't know that there was a game until tonight that you felt like the energy was high and it felt like an important thing. Did it feel that way on the field? And does it sort of change the way you approach the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, that game felt different for sure. I mean, guys were coming in after the game and said, obviously different atmosphere a little bit, but saying that felt a little bit like a final, like the energy around the game, energy from both fan bases, the energy on the field, the physicality. You could tell both teams really wanted it and both teams were really engaged. So I think now that as the rounds go on, it becomes closer and closer to a trophy, and the games and the energy is going to get more and more intense. So that game felt different than the previous ones.
Jordan, how much pride do you take in knowing that you guys not only have beaten Pumas, a quality team, a team that's hugely followed by their fan base, but you've done so at home, showing that this place is not a place you come in and just try to get a result?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we take so much confidence in playing at home, playing in front of our fans. I know in the past, the MX teams would come here and they would still come in and win games, and so I think you see the quality of the league, the quality of MLS growing, the quality of players that are here, and for us, we take pride in when teams come here, whether in MLS or teams from Mexico. We want to beat them. We want to show that it's a really difficult place to come in and play, and we've done that against Pumas. So we'll see who we match up against in the next round, again at home, which is great. It's pretty exciting to have 2 games to a final now. So
the game was physical, but it was beyond physical at times. It seemed cheapy. How frustrating is it to know that you guys are at risk of injury with some of those tackles, especially the tackle on the penalty at the end?
Yeah, that's what was frustrating. I'm a pretty calm guy on the field normally and don't necessarily get into that stuff a lot, but when it's a play like that, when the outcome of the game's already determined and someone has a foul like that could lead to potentially a serious injury, that's when it was frustrating to me. So I talked about it a bit. It was nice to score the PK to kind of get my bit of revenge a little bit, but that's what I was letting him know, was there was no point for that tackle. It was when it gets, games can be physical, but when it gets out of hand like that a little bit and tackles like that, it's a little bit frustrating.
Albert's performance tonight, obviously he's been a really big contributor on the offensive front. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud. I love playing with Albert. He's obviously his ability to find his teammates and the amount of assists he has this year. He's such a quality player on the ball, and for a player like me to I think we've developed a really good connection, and for a player like me that likes to get in behind, he's always looking to make those slip passes, and we were, close on a couple tonight, and but I feel really confident and comfortable playing with Albert, playing with a player of his quality, and as we've kind of formed that relationship with the number 9 and number 10, I feel like it's been a really good partnership, and we're obviously friends off the field. I think that helps as well. So I'm really happy for Albert. He's obviously been doing incredible, and he makes everyone around him better, which is the sign of a really good player. So we're lucky to have him.
And there were also, I feel like, just a lot of individual solid performances tonight. Do you feel like that kind of comes with the team camaraderie that the team is having, that's kind of put an emphasis on all of that?
Yeah, you look around the field, everyone had a good game tonight, and it was just a group performance. The guys that came in did well, really well. Andrew had a good game. You could go through every position. Everyone had a good game tonight, which is awesome, and I think it just shows, that the team is all on the same page. When we're playing at this level together, especially at home, I think we're a really tough team to beat. So we have to keep playing with that same level of intensity, cohesion as a group, and whoever we match up against in the next round, we gotta come out and have that same kind of performance.